Okay, thanks, Pam. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to share my story with you. I've been in Tupperware over 24 years, and suddenly I've become one of the older ones. It's hard to believe how fast it goes. But I went to my cousin's Tupperware party, and then I went to my other cousin's Tupperware party, as we, do how the chains work. And the lady that did the party, she talked at the parties a little bit about how you could make some extra money. And at the time, I had quit my full-time job and I needed a way to pay for Christmas. When I worked full time, I always put money every paycheck into our Christmas club because I was raised you pay for things, you know, when you want things. So I would save all year long and then I would have my Christmas club to pay for Christmas. And now that I was working part time, I no longer had that little extra, $10 per paycheck to pull out. So I went to the Tupperware party and she was talking about it again. And as I was leaving, she says, "Well, I have the kit out in my car. You're welcome to take a look at it if you want." I don't recommend that as a recruiting tool, by the way. But I did. I went out to her car as I'm leaving and I looked in there and it was in there. So I opened up the back and I looked at everything that was in the kit and I drove home and I talked to Gary about it. And I said, "I think I want to sell Tupperware to make money for Christmas." And so I called some family members and said, "Hey, if I give this a try, would you have a party for me?" And I lined up some parties and I went ahead and I got started. And at the time, we had three kids, and I was pregnant with our fourth one. And I got started and things started rolling along. And I, in fact, did pay for Christmas that year. But I was the person who wasn't really committed. I sold for several months and then I got put on bed rest. And so I had to take a break. Now, 24 years ago, the internet was pretty new, email was very new. I waited for sales to come to me in the mail, and everything would be mailed out. Email was brand new. So it was a whole different way. So I had to take several months off, of course. And then when I decided to step back into it again that same year, after taking a couple months off, I started doing some parties again, and I was making money. So I just kept kind of doing my thing, doing my thing, doing my thing. And I lived over 2 hours away from where our meetings were held, and my upline was about an hour and a half from me. So I was just doing my own thing. Finally, they got me to go to a big meeting, a year end, and I was recognized as the number one consultant, and I had no idea what that even meant. I didn't know any of the people there because my recruiter had quit. And I got hooked up with Stephanie Price, who is still with us here, and she took me under her wing. Um, Fast forward to Breakthrough. Tupperware went through a change, and because of my sales, I was automatically promoted to a manager, and I didn't have any idea what that meant. So I started attending some in-person meetings, and the business just really started going. And I saw the bigger picture. I started making more money, and I found that I could actually really make a go at this. So I was doing both, doing my part-time job. I was doing Tupperware parties. I was just doing my thing. And I eventually figured out that could make more money focusing on Tupperware than having that part-time job and having the part-time babysitter and all the things. And it just really worked out super for us. And I have to tell you that I was a person who took 2 years to buy a stamp for my catalogs. I was not committed at all. I just kept doing a little bit at a time. So if that's you, it's okay. If it's taken you, you've been in the business a couple years and you haven't even thought about manager, I was that person. I wasn't interested. I didn't know what it meant, and I wasn't doing anything extra outside of my family and my little world. Fast forward, with the help of Stephanie and Cheryl, my world literally exploded. Um, we had a dream to go to Hawaii for our 10-year anniversary, and it really wasn't going to happen. Financially, it couldn't happen. We had four kids. And on our 12th anniversary, we earned a trip free from Tupperware to go to Hawaii. And so it was fantastic. Just a dream come true. We earned the G6, handed us the keys and the title. That was fantastic. We actually still have that car. Two of our kids ended up driving it. Now it's semi-retired. It's a 2008. I've been on 10 trips from Tupperware. I went on the trip. Gary and I earned the trip to Paris, and that's where I met Loretta and Steve. So we were both from Ohio, but I met them in Paris, and we have been friends ever since. And we also were able to, thanks to our amazing team, we earned the Royal Circle trip to Monaco. And I have a great memory of having dinner outside under a patio area with Pam and Jim and Steve and Loretta and Gary and I, and we had the most wonderful lunch in Italy. And you make the most fabulous friends. If you had told me when I started Tupperware that I would travel around the world, that I would drive free cars, that I would meet these fabulous people, I would have said you were absolutely crazy. I believe it was my first Jubilee that I was asked to train back in 2006. And I was hooked up with this lady named Pam Clift. And I was in awe of her because she was like bigger than life. And she was just fantastic. And actually, the first leadership summit that I met her and Jim, she came up and Cheryl and Dave introduced us. And she looked at me and she said, I want to be Cheryl when I grow up. And I thought, okay, I really like this lady. And she's very smart because she loves my friend Cheryl. So it's amazing how Tupperware can bring such big things into our lives. And I was the person that really had no idea that I could make the kind of financial impact that I've been able to have. Once I started making enough money in Tupperware, not only to pay for Christmas, but I have made our house payment for years with our Tupperware income. And that's a real source of pride for me that I am able to be such a supporter of all the things. The Tupperware money, it paid for lots of vacations. Through Tupperware, we took our kids to Disney twice. We were able to go to Hawaii twice. We took our kids to another trip to Florida where we went to oh, not Disney, but we went to Universal Studios, which was one of the most fabulous trips. And to be able to do a family of six where we flew to Florida, that was just absolutely mind blowing. So I'm here to tell you, if you are looking for a little bit in Tupperware, we can help you with that. If you are looking for a lot, we absolutely can help you with that too. And what really flipped the switch for me in my business is when I really decided to treat it like a business. I set boundaries. I set up a work schedule. I focused on 2 parties a week, which all of a sudden turned into 3 and 4 parties a week. I have just had the most amazing career, and I have been so fortunate to meet some of the most fantastic people outside of our team, which now I also get to be part of this amazing champion company, but also the people that on my personal team. It's emotional when I think about it because I have some people on my team that have been with me for 20 years. And that's such a compliment to the relationships that Tupperware builds. I came into Tupperware because I needed money. I stayed in Tupperware because I not only made money, but the incredible relationships and the support and the friendship you just don't find anywhere else. So I have to tell you that whatever your dream might be, take some time, like Ellen said, and think about what you want to have. Tupperware can really be the vehicle to absolutely make that happen for you. And some of our biggest accomplishments, a few years ago at Jubilee, our team was recognized as #2 on the Queen's Court. That was fantastic. I couldn't believe that was happening. I was so excited. I was asked to be in the 2017 Winter Spring catalog. I got to be featured in the catalog, got to go down to Florida and be in a whole photo shoot. I mean, mind-blowing things that you just never would have imagined had I not taken that step into Tupperware. And we have had 9 years of being an elite organization. I love my team so much. They inspire me. They keep me going. And right now, to make a difference in someone else's life is really what I strive for and what I achieve. I love to help my hostesses get free and half price, but to truly make a difference for someone who has joined Tupperware looking for that additional income, looking for the friendship, looking for the support, that is absolutely the greatest achievement that I can look for and work for. And I so appreciate all of you. So I just tell you, if you're looking for a little, come on in, join us, stay with us. If you're looking for a lot, the whole world is right here in Tupperware. So go after it, set your goals, set your vision, and go to work. You got to not only wish it and dream it, but you have to do it. So thank you, Pam.